Hello guys, welcome to the new video. So as we have discussed about primary key constraint in the previous video, we'll now be discussing about the foreign key constraint. So a foreign key is something which is related to primary key because it is taking a reference from a primary key. So you might be thinking, as a primary key allows unique values or unrepeatable values, so what will be the case with the primary key, a foreign key? So here, foreign key allows repetition values. Okay, so foreign key, when you create a foreign key, the foreign key when created in a ref in the second table, so that column only takes the part takes the importance that the value passed in the foreign key should be present in the reference table. That is, it should be present inside the column of the primary key. For example, I have a primary key. Let's discuss about our previous example here. So as I have opened the Visual Studio, so I have selected this SQL Server Object Explorer, and then I have selected my database, then I have selected new query, and this is my table which we created. So in case you want to see how the code, you can see during this. See, you can do this and see what is the code you created. So for example, I will paste this here for reference purpose to for better understanding. So now I'll be creating a table name teacher. So first I will type create table name teacher, then I will create. So as there is a student table, there should be a teacher table. So a teacher should have a specific teacher ID. So I have passed it as integer, and then I have passed this as constraint. See, this is why giving a name or creating a primary key, you have to create it as a constant and pass a nickname to it so that it will be easy to understand. So I'm creating it as a primary key. Let's consider I'm creating it because every teacher is a unique, right? Then now I'll create a teacher name which is a varchar of 20, and now I have to create a student ID. A teacher might be one, but a teacher should be teaching a student, right? So I have to create a reference here of our student table. So to create a reference, as we can look here, I have created a student ID integer which is a primary key. So here I have to pass the same column name student ID, or it could be a little different, but I prefer to pass it the same so that it is easy for me to get a reference also. So here I will have to pass the same data type which is integer. Now as we all know, we have to pass a constraint here. See, giving a nickname is very important. It helps us to identify it. For creating a foreign key, I will pass it as a fk, and underscore I will pass it as student ID. So tomorrow when I need to know that if the student ID here is created is either primary or foreign key, even though when I look it at the code, I will know it. So to create a foreign key, the most important keyword used is reference keyword. So references keyword is used. R. References keyword is used. So the references keyword, after using references keyword, we have to pass the table reference or the parent table. So parent table here is students, and then in bracket I have to pass the referencing column. So the referencing column here is student ID. So as you can see here, inside the reference I have to pass the table name which is students, and then I have to pass student ID which is a primary key declared in the students table. So now when I will run this, it will get created. As you can see, command executed successfully, and it will load here also after a few seconds, or I have to refresh. So before, see, it loaded here, I have created it as a foreign key. And if we go here and look at the code, as you can see here, it has created a foreign key with student ID and referencing to student table of student ID column. So here, as you can see, I created a foreign key. So the importance of foreign key here is it will take a reference from student ID. For example, I have 10 students present in students table, starting from student number 1 to student number 10. So whenever I will pass the value inside our teacher table, so though for the value of student ID passed inside teacher table, it should be between 1 to 10, otherwise it will not take the value and it will show an error, because here it will be taking reference from the student table. So for example, I pass the value 11 in the teacher table for the student ID, then it will go and check in the student table if it is present or not. If it is not present, it will show me an error. It will show me a constant error specifically. So this is why a foreign key is important, and most probably it is used for creating a reference purpose. There is one more way to create a constraint. Sometimes when we code, this is a little out of topic, so for sometimes when we create a table, create table XYZ. So sometimes when we create a table, we pass column here, column 1, column 2, data type here, and sometimes we can create constants here also. We don't have to pass it there, but the profit of passing it here is that you can give it a nickname, and it is easy for you to take a reference also when you are typing it. So you can understand line by line, the same way you used to do coding in different languages. You type it line by line rather than at the end of the line summarizing it. I can create a specification at every line about every column, so that I don't forget, I don't have to think again what I have to pass it here. So these things happen. So this is how a foreign key is, how foreign key is used to take a reference. This is how you can create a foreign key. So there can be chances that there are multiple foreign key in a table, but it is avoided that. So also, so yeah, let's keep this video for this one only. Thank you.